Hi, welcome back to Adventures in Nature, part 2 of mud kitchens. In part 1, I showed you how to set up a mud kitchen. In part 2, I'm going to help you how to stock the mud kitchen. So send your kids out exploring and hunting on the search for any kind of seed, pod, cone, leaf, branch, stick. I'll start with a few things that I have here. Just some twigs and some twisty seed pods found in a local neighborhood park. These dried seed pods are great sensory items. They rattle. They're really awesome. These are from the Baptisia plant. So this dried out stick kind of looks like a bone. You never know what kids are going to find and how creative they can be. This twisty seed pod here, if you found that out on the trail, I think you'd think that looks like animal scat. You know what I mean? So you never know what kids can find. Seed pods are great. No, they're not peanuts. Too many allergies. All different kinds of shapes and sizes of pine cones are great for play in a mud kitchen or just ephemeral art you might want to play with. Tree cookies, which are just slices of tree branches cut up. If you're able to cut up some trees, they can play. These are like building blocks. These are great outdoor toys that they can stack and play and make art with. And here's just a quick face that it looked like this face to me upside down. So they can do that. They might pop on mud to decorate that with. So here we are in our mud kitchen. Other ingredients, rocks for stone soup, everything you can throw in. More rocks. Of course, eggs, right? Egg cartons. So egg cartons are great container. All kinds of shapes and sizes of containers are great for kids. Let them collect all different shapes and sizes of rocks. They love rocks. A lot of these have been painted, so that's in another episode if your kids like painting. Rocks are a great tool. So let me pull out, think some yummy chocolates here. Let's see. Oh no. These were yummy treats for the squirrels. These are hickory nuts that are in all different stages of being eaten by the squirrels. But kids will learn different types of nuts and the trees that they belong to. These are hickory nuts, and they're fascinating to look at all the different shapes and sizes. Down here I have the husks of horse chestnuts, which are great for making mud sculptures because these look like little ears to me. So whatever kids can find, however many different things kids can find, they can always find creative ways to make things out of them. It's fascinating to watch them be creative and inventive with all kinds. I have just do we have cookies in our mud kitchen? No, probably not. Just all kinds of, so they can keep them in fun kinds of containers too. But you want them dried out so they don't rot and get stinky and moldy. So all kinds of seed pods and shells and nuts, if they're not allergic to nuts. All kinds of bark. Baking bark, yum. Bark is great. These have some lichens that have been growing on it. They might learn a bit about the trees that way. Another thing that they could possibly find are the needles from an evergreen. These kind of look like hair, and they're really soft. Later this fall, you'll be finding milkweed pods. So the empty husks of milkweed pods. Catkins. If you look in here, catkins are some flowering parts that hang off plants and trees. Paper bark. The bark, they're soft and furry inside. Here's some galls empty galls that were made by insects on plants. Might discover that. So an insect laid an egg in here. And moving on, again, I said bark. All shapes and sizes of twigs and sticks, tall ones, small ones. Sticks can be broken to make more shapes and sizes. And again, these are really cool because they have lichens growing on them. So again, this is part 2 of playing in our mud kitchen, finding resources and things that they can actually be creative with. They don't have to use the mud, they can just use these things to be creative, make ephemeral art out in the yard. They can sort and count with all kinds of muffin pans that have dividers in them, egg cartons, things like that. And in part 3, we'll get to some of the things they can actually make with mud in the mud kitchen with all their ingredients. So thanks for joining me at part 2. Join me for part 3 of the mud kitchen coming up. Thanks. See you soon.